Hey, how you doing? It's Grampy, and I'm back here in our Let's Play world, and I have moved the portal that that we enter into from our base. I've just moved it up to the top of the here. Let me change. I've moved it up here to the top, and this is the ladder that'll go back down to where it was. But so here's our new portal, and what I'm doing is getting ready to head up to the nether roof and get ready to start our project. We're gonna go ahead and just commit to building Snocrash's XP farm. We may pause and break before we're done and start something else, just to kind of relieve the monotony of that gigantic build. But we're going to start it now. So I thought in this episode what I'd do is try to get up onto the roof and then punch a hole in the bedrock. And I figured that would be the start, and we just do that in this episode, and then plan our next move, because we really do not have enough resources to build that farm yet. We're going to have to grind a little bit, so I'll need to do a lot of that off camera. But anyway, we'll go up there on the roof and kind of plan where we want to build it and all that kind of stuff. So the first order of business is to get up there. And I'm going to try going up there a way I've never tried before. I think it's a much easier way than I have done in the past. And I'm probably being overly cautious. In fact, I know I am. I'm just going to keep this on. I'm pretty sure this is going to work fine. I was going to take all that off, so in case I will go ahead and do this. I'll just put some of this stuff in here. And that way, let me keep a pick. And I guess that's fine. So, I'm being overly dramatic here because this is going to work fine. Let's see, do I have blocks? I was going to get some nether rack and bring it with me. Got a nice little hole here. A ghast came up and greeted me the first time I came over here. Anyway, I just need a little netherrack to pillar our way up. This is going to be temporary because when we get our hole, I found a spot right up there. There's the topmost layer. That's where the bedrock is only one block thick. So the easy, I've done this a number of different ways where you put mine carts and use the mine carts, but I think the easiest way now is to actually get a ender pearl, which I do not have in my inventory. So anyway, guys, let's let that be our little secret. Okay, guys, through the magic of video editing, nobody has to know what an idiot I am. But anyway, I'm back. I have some ender pearls now with me. And I think the easiest way to do this is to stand up here against this ladder and go walk forward while I'm jumping, and then just toss an ender pearl. Let's see what happens. Oh, wait a minute. I better make sure I know what block that is. That is block minus 63. I'll just take a screenshot. Minus 63 minus 98. Take a screenshot. Okay, so now we walk up, we jump while we're walking forward, and we just toss an ender pearl. Hey, look at that. Here we are. All the drama for nothing. Okay, so let's just get right to it and break this bedrock. So the block we're looking for is minus 63 minus 98. So 98 is right here. 63 is right here. So that one right there. That one right there. Okay, so minus 63, minus 98. Nothing worse than going through this whole routine and then having it be the wrong block, which I have done before. So I know you're probably all wondering why I'm doing it this way. I know there's an easy way to do this with the dragon egg, but I'm just going to do it this old-fashioned redstone way because I think it's pretty amazing. It's like total black magic or whatever. Let's go set up over here just a tad. I've got all the material I'm going to need right here. And let's just clear out some of this stuff. Why do I have all these regular pistons? I'm not sure. You need a few blocks there, so anyway, that's probably close enough. Okay, so we're going to need this stuff. We're going to need 2 stickies, 2 regulars. We're going to need some obsidian. I hope I have enough obsidian. Some walls, 10 repeaters, a couple of blocks, some redstone. We need a lever. We're going to need these 2 little beauties here with an activator rail. And I think that's it. So here's our block, minus 63 minus 98. That's the one. Okay, so here's how we're going to start this. We are going to place our sticky pistons, one on either side of this guy, and then break the block. We're going to stand right here and count out 4 blocks from this block right between the stickies, starting here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on the diagonal. And then we place our activator rail right like that. Now we're going to build a little protective wall of obsidian like this. And then we're going to build a little timing circuit out of these repeaters. So we'll put a lever here that will power that activator rail, which is where our TNT minecart is going to go. And now we need 10 repeaters, and we're going to put these repeaters on full delay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this in a block, and then 5 more like this, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to put all these on maximum delay. So 10 repeaters at 4 ticks of delay gives us 40 delay ticks, and that equals exactly 4 seconds apparently. I think we put a block here and we put a redstone dot of dust right there. So 4 seconds happens to be the exact amount of time it takes a TNT minecart to explode once it's activated. So this is timed perfectly so that these pistons are going to extend, or actually only this one to begin with is going to extend exactly when that thing explodes, which is going to do some really weird business to this piston. We'll see in a minute. I think that's all that I need right now, except for a very important addition here. We need 2 cobblestone walls just like that to shield these pistons just slightly, I guess, and they don't receive the full blast. If these blocks aren't here, the entire piston would get blown apart. Okay guys, I do have this wrong. So I actually need the redstone dust here and another block here. That makes sense. Now this block will get powered by that repeater, and it'll light up this dust, which will power this block and extend this piston like this. So I believe we're all set. Let's just make sure these are all. I don't think I brought enough extra if I mess this up. I think this is right. Got the cobblestone walls in place. I've made that mistake a number of times. I think all we need to do is, I think that stuff is far enough away. I hope. Now it is. So we need to take one of our TNT mine carts, place it there. Hope I didn't forget anything, guys. Let's activate that and watch what happens. See if we can see it. Yeah, that worked. So this piston extended exactly when that minecart exploded and shielded by this cobblestone wall, which we need to make sure we replace. Let's just do that now so we don't forget. And it blew the head off of this thing. That's what you're seeing here is a piston that's missing its head. And we want to keep it that way. So the way we do that is by powering it right there and keeping it powered so that we can unpower this guy right here. And now it won't, if we wouldn't have placed that redstone block, as soon as this unpowered, this thing would have reverted back to a normal piston. But we didn't leave it that way. We powered it so it's bud powered or whatever. And now we are in good shape. So now what we need to do is rearrange things so that we power this piston and do the exact same thing. Okay, so now this one is fine. I think the next step is to place one more block of obsidian here. So now, I think that's the only change we need to make. And so now when this lights up, it will power this piston. It'll also power this block, but that doesn't matter because this piston is already powered. It's going to stay that way until we get to a point where we can unpower it safely, and that's when the real magic happens that I couldn't explain if my life depended on it. So all we need to do now is flip this switch one more time, and hopefully we end up with two. I couldn't see it, but we ended up with two pistons minus their piston heads, which is just really bizarre. Whoever thought of this is like a total mad scientist. I can't remember who. The guy that showed how to do this was that created a really nice little tutorial video. Is a guy named Sliced Lime, and he explained it all very well. But okay, so now we've got that going for us, and both of those are powered, so we can flip this off. And nothing should happen. These should stay just the way they are. And they do. So now what we need to do is reclaim some of our stuff. We need this lever again. And we're going to need all of these repeaters, or at least most of them. I think we can get rid of that and that maybe. In fact, I think we get rid of this. So now here we are. We could get rid of the rest of that obsidian, but we don't need to. So now the magic trick that we need to do is to place our two regular pistons. And here's how they need to go. There's going to need to be one right here and one right here. The one right here needs to face straight down into the bedrock. And the one here needs to face straight up. So the way we get this to work is by doing this, I think. So we have 5. Now we're going to place our two pistons facing down right there, and then power them like this, and then power it off, and then extend them one more time, just like that. Neat little trick to get a piston facing down. Where's our lever? We need that lever one more time. Did we get it? Yeah, we got it. So now we need a piston right here that faces up, and that's a lot easier. We just do that. So now we've got a piston facing down, a piston facing up, and now we need to put a this timer that we're going to build here is very critical that it be built properly, but I have no idea what it does or what it means. But we need 2 repeaters here on a single tick, so we have 2 ticks of delay here, and it's apparently very critical that you use 2 repeaters on 1 tick each instead of 1 repeater on 2 ticks. That's at least what Sly Slime said. And then a repeater here that is on 2 ticks. And then we need, I believe, a repeater here on a single tick and a repeater here on a single tick. And then we just connect all this up with redstone and put a lever right here. And I think that's it. So it's going to be really important. We're going to flip that lever. I'm going to go check to make sure I got this right, because if I don't, it'll ruin everything. But what we're going to do is flip that lever, and it's going to power this stuff on a perfect timing, and it's going to extend this piston up, just what you'd expect. And once we have that and it's all powered up, we're going to remove our bud power from these headless sticky pistons, and then we're going to flip this lever off again, and then this thing is just going to do some exciting magic, and the block directly under here, which is the one we want, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but there's only going to be 1 regular piston remaining. It's going to have been sucked out and in, and this one this one just disappears. This one gets pulled in and extends and breaks that bedrock. But let me go check just to make sure I got these timings just right, and I'll be right back again. Okay guys, this thing looks to be right. So all we have to do is flip this lever, and you'll see that piston extends, and all this stuff is powered, of course. Now we're going to remove the redstone blocks that are bud powering these pistons here, and when these are unpowered, these sticky pistons are going to revert back to sticky pistons, and some kind of weird stuff is going to happen. It's basically going to reach out and grab, I don't know, I think it's going to grab, well, I don't know what it's going to do. This piston right here is just going to disappear, and this one is going to be slid over and break through that bedrock somehow. You watch and see if you can tell what happens. It's just amazing. But here it goes. I'm going to unpower it, and you'll see instead of 2 pistons here, there will only be 1. So take a look. That was maybe, I don't know exactly, because this one's facing up. But when we break through this, voila, we've got exactly what we want here. A hole in the roof. That process, that whole thing just really intrigues me. It's pretty, I have no idea what's going on there, but it is pretty fascinating that somebody could actually figure that out. How did they do that? They just have to be some kind of, real mad scientist. But anyway, guys, that's our hole in the nether. So we are set up here to be able to get up and down here without having to, do a bunch of crazy portaling to the overworld and then back. So we're just going to clean this up, and let me check the time on the video, how long we've taken. I'm sure I've taken longer than I wanted to, but I think we are going to, well, I don't know. The question is, what should we build it out of? We're going to have to grind for some stuff, even if I just build it out of stone bricks or cobblestone. we have a lot of digging we're gonna have to do. So one option would be to make a bunch of concrete. We could go get just massive quantities of gravel from the ocean floor somewhere, and a bunch of sand. So we could do that, but I mean, this thing takes a ton. I don't know how much. A double chest full or more of blocks to build those 3 gigantic round platforms. I think more, probably a couple double chests at least. Or we could go to a mesa and just mine some colored clay, some terracotta. That's another option. If we did that, we'd want to go to the back to the nether fortress and try to see if we could get 2 more wither skulls, because we really want to get a beacon going. So that means we'd have to grind for some more iron. So I don't know, guys. Maybe the best option is just to dig and build this thing out of just plain stone or cobblestone or stone bricks. So anyway, I hate to do that, but I'd rather get building on this thing than just grind and grind and grind when I'm not really set up to get the stuff yet. But that's our option. So we're going to build it pretty close to here, so we can just come up this. We'll probably build a little minecart elevator that just jets us up here. We could just take it all the way and build the elevator to the top of the farm right here. That's an option. Or maybe we want to use this access hole for more than just this pigman farm. So maybe we'd run out here and build it out here a little ways, you know, somewhere. Now we need to be careful that we do not leave a spawnable blocks up here. We want to be real careful we don't get ghasts spawning, because when we're out there building our redstone for this thing, they can just create havoc if they're spawning somewhere. So anyway, guys, I think that's what we'll do. We'll just build it out there a little ways and get started. So I'm gonna think about the material and probably disappoint everybody when we start the next video, because I'll probably have a couple chests full of just smooth stone or stone bricks and just say that's good enough. But either way, either that or I'll go start mining some terracotta. I guess I could go to a mesa and mine terracotta just as fast as I can mine stone. So that's an option. We'll think about it. But until the next time, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you've never seen that method for breaking the bedrock, it's pretty cool, and I hope you enjoyed seeing it. So until the next video, guys, take care, and thanks for watching.